I never realized that I was, and I still am, chasing that perfect cup of coffee. I've gotten it before many times here and there, but something about, precision, science, trying to geek out about it, it really kind of put me down this rabbit hole of like finding perfection in coffee each and every time. But sometimes I do forget that I'm only human and it's a cup of coffee. So those two things together, you know, it's okay to just make some coffee. Just make some damn coffee. Not really worrying about expectations, not measuring, and just trying to feel out what we're going to be doing. Because that cup of coffee is not the only thing that I'm going to be doing for today. And I have to realize that that's what it is. And as we go through this life together, or not together, we just want a good cup of coffee. And I have to remember that's what it's all about. What about you? I think we'll wait about 5-10 minutes or so before we actually get our cup of coffee. Look, I haven't changed anything. I just left with the dogs, went dogging. I need a dog too. A couple of miles, and now I feel really good. But I haven't had my first cup of coffee yet. And believe it or not, Saturday, sometimes I do a pour over. Most of the time I do a pour over, but today I'm just doing the Mr. Coffee machine. You saw I really didn't measure anything. I just put whatever amount. The only thing that I did measure was the amount of water that I think I want. Sometimes you just want a cup of coffee, not the perfect cup of coffee, just a cup of coffee. It may be spectacular, it may not. I don't really know, but we'll see. I think today I will go with this one. I don't think it really fits there. I don't know why I like this glass, but it's actually a lot bigger than what I usually use for coffee. Today it's gonna be black coffee, of course. Sometimes I do creamer, mostly at night when I do decaf, but today I'm just gonna use this big one, probably fill it up to that amount, and then that's it. Let's go ahead and get my wife's coffee cup and her creamer ready to go. It's finally done. Took a minute, but I don't have any expectations. Don't get me wrong, the Mr. Coffee machine works really well, but when you use it, I don't think you're trying to make the perfect coffee in the morning. You're just trying to make some coffee. And like I said earlier, if it comes out great, magical, that's awesome. If it doesn't, I mean, you would expect that out of the Mr. Coffee machine, right? Or coffee in general, I guess, sometimes, especially when you're not trying to be scientists every morning, which after a while, it takes a toll on you. You just want a cup of coffee. That brownie mix, it's not brownies, but you get what I'm talking about. I'm gonna pour myself a cup of coffee. Believe it, the first sip I normally have in the morning, especially if I'm at home, is my wife's cup of coffee. I just usually get a spoonful of it. Taste it, I'm good to go. Got my creamer fix. Cheers to a cup of coffee. Oh, it's kind of good. It kind of works. I guess it has to work. Trying to decipher what it is. I did use regular water, just filter water. I normally don't do that anymore now because I'm a true 100% coffee snob. Use third wave water now. Can't taste the clarity and all that good stuff, but coffee still tastes fine. Out of Mr. Coffee machine. I didn't die. I wonder how it will taste when it cools down a little bit. But it works. No complaints. Finish my cup of coffee. Have some water. See how the day goes. And then we'll go from there. But the experience of drinking coffee each and every day is, I think, what's the most important thing here is that you're alive, right? That now you get to experience this thing that you crave and enjoy and all that good stuff, right? No matter if it's a good product or a bad product. And I have to remind myself that quite a bit because sometimes I get so lost in the whole mastery of perfection of a cup of coffee. But sometimes you just want a cup of coffee. Cheers to being alive and drinking a cup of coffee. I hope that you enjoy it too. I have no idea what the mix is. A lot of times whenever I make coffee for my wife, because she uses the Mr. Coffee in the morning, sometimes is that whatever experiments that I'm doing, if I have a little leftover, I'll just throw it in a Tupperware and it just adds up. And then after a while, you know, she has a cup of coffee and she uses creamer on it, so it doesn't matter as much, but she still enjoys her cup of coffee and all she had to do was push a button. So sometimes that's all we want. Push the button, magic comes out, we drink the coffee, and we do shit for the rest of the day. And a rinse and a repeat and all that good stuff, right? But that's what I got for you. This is more so like a raw take, to just being not a take. This is just what I do sometimes, especially on the weekend. Talk to you later. Bye.